Hey there, this is Joshua Casper here for Audiomodern, and it's my pleasure to walk you through the latest version of Riffer. This is version 2. It's got a lot of great new features, and I'm excited to share them with you. So first things first, I'm just going to go ahead and set it up inside of Ableton Live. I'm sure there will be other videos and in the manual on how to set this up in your other DAWs, but for now, inside of Ableton Live, I have Riffer on one channel, and then the VST I want to control on the other. In MIDI from, I want to choose Riffer, and then Riffer again, and just set the monitor to in. So I'm working in a track that's G sharp minor. So I figured the best way to show you how to get started would be to tune Riffer to the key of your track. So right up here at the top, we have the different keys to choose from, and I'm in G sharp. And the next thing I want to do is bounce over here where it says chromatic, and I want to go over to minor. And then if I go ahead and hit the die again, all of these notes will be in the key of my track and will fit much better with the other elements I already have. When you click the die, you're randomizing 3 different parameters. You're randomizing the pitch, the duration of the note, and the velocity. And every time I hit the die, these will update. So if I hit it again, you can see that the velocity has changed. If I come over to duration, hit it again, you'll see that the duration has changed. If I want to keep, say, the sequence that I have for pitch, while I'm on pitch selected over here on the right, I just lock it down. And then if I hit this die, you'll see that nothing changes, but it is changing the duration and it is changing the velocity. So I'm going to come back here, just go ahead and undo that. We also have 2 other features here. Tie notes together. You can see I've got 2 notes that have been randomly generated next to one another. If I want to tie those together, I just turn on this and you'll see that now there's a blue line connecting them. And furthermore, we can do sustain notes, which is going to randomly generate some notes to have a little bit of a longer sustain. I'm going to go ahead and turn sustain notes off for now. I'm going to leave tie notes on, and I'm going to jump over here to the lock notes and lock steps feature. This is brand new inside of version 2. I can lock notes. If I click right here, I'm in lock note mode. And let's say I really like this right here. I'm going to click that and click that. And now whenever I randomize, those notes will be locked down. However, the duration and the velocity will still be changing, as you can see here. So if I want to lock down everything, all 3 of these elements, I would use the lockdown steps. Right now I'm in lock notes mode, and you can see that it's a teal color. If I go to lock steps mode and then click this one, for example, I'm now in a dark blue color. And if I randomize again, duration, it's staying the same, velocity, staying the same as well. Now you want to make sure to click again to exit out of those modes. When you're in those modes, you can't do things like add new steps. If you want to remove everything that you've done, just click the backwards facing arrow and you can see that it's cleared those locked steps and notes. Another great new feature is this little keyboard right here. Let's say I'm drawing in some notes for myself here. Let's say I want to move this one up to here. I don't know if A is in the scale of G sharp minor. So if I just click this, you'll see that it's moved it up for me. It's saying that this isn't a possible note in the scale that I've selected, so it's gone ahead and automatically fixed that for me. Is that not incredible? Moving down from there, we can easily reverse everything. We also have quantization. This is how long each one of these steps will take. So right now it's on 1/16th, but if I pull it up to 1/8, it will actually play a lot slower. And we can make it play quite slow, as each one of these will be a bar now. Come back down to 16ths. There is a shuffle control. Very helpful for getting cool grooves. We can control the motion of the playhead. We can go forward, backward, or ping pong. So on ping pong, it will go forward and then go backward and then go forward again. We can also control how many steps are in the pattern and the loop length as well. So if I come up to say 32 steps, it doesn't really matter because the loop is still only on 16. But if I take the loop length and increase it, now I have a 32 bar loop length. If I click this, it will fill it right out. But remember, it's only going to give me 10 notes to play with, but I can easily increase that to something that will fill that out a little bit more if that's what I'm looking for. I can also control the loop length up here at the top of the grid. However, something like steps will have to be done manually. And also, if you pull it below the loop length will adjust automatically for you. This is the pitch range slider. So as I increase this and click the die again, the pitch will go over that entire range. Whatever range is visible inside of the grid here, you can consider the playground for the randomizer. Let's pull down to 10. And that's the same thing with the slider over here. If I want to come down to, let's say, this would be a full octave here. If I want to move up or down the register, I can just click right here. And again, if I click the die, it will only generate sounds inside of what I can see. Now, another really cool new feature is the root note count. Whatever number you set right here will be how many steps inside of the pattern that's generated will be the root note of our key that we've selected. So we've selected G sharp minor and we have 4. So if I slide this up to 6 and then generate again, you'll see that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the notes, 6 of the 10 notes have been added to our root note. And it's giving us a quite nice pattern, to be perfectly frank. I'm going to drop it back down to 4. Now, at any time, let's say this is a little bit too high for me, I can easily move it all down by clicking -12 here. And we can move it down 1 octave or 2 octaves or up an octave or up 2 octaves. We can also nudge it up as well using these controls, or nudge it forward and backward using these controls. There's a hot preset swap here. So if I jump in here and I like this particular pattern that's been randomly generated for me, I just click this plus button, go ahead and load up another one. Let's say I like that one, click right there, and now I have these 2. If we generate again, but we want to go back, we've got them saved. And you can also, of course, route all of this to a MIDI controller and play that live as well, which is a good segue to show you over here. If you click right here, we now have full MIDI CC controls in the settings. There's also 2 sizes here. If you click the little arrows pointing together, you can get the smaller version. And you can also drag in your MIDI just by clicking and dragging like that. And now I have that sequence saved inside of my DAW. The panic button is if something happens inside of Riffer and a MIDI note gets stuck and is constantly on, just hit that panic button and it will flush the cache so you can stop that easily enough. While you have 16 hot swap preset buttons down here, you do have the ability to add infinite presets inside of here, and this is also where you can delete those hot swapped ones as well. And the last, but very much so not least feature is this function over here. If I turn this on and leave it on 1, every cycle through the pattern, a new random sequence will be generated all by itself. So I'm just going to let it play for a couple of bars. that not incredible? So you can actually put this on 2, 3, 4, and it will play, say, 4 bars of one pattern, then switch to another one, and it will all stay in the key of your track with whatever changes you've made, or if you've left everything the same. And it's really going to add an extra dynamic, especially if you're using it in a live situation. What I personally like to do is leave it on 2 when I'm brainstorming or trying to find a pattern that I like. And then while it's playing, if a pattern goes through once that I like, the second playthrough, I'll make sure to hit that hot preset button to save it. So I like that one. Not liking that one so much, but I like that one, so I'll just go ahead and save it. And that one too. And then I'll turn this off and I'll have those saved when I start producing my track. Riffer 2 is a huge step up from Riffer 1, and I think we can all agree it's an incredible way to get creative in music production. Anyway, I'm Joshua Casper here for Audiomodern. I hope I answered any questions you may have about Riffer 2. If you have any more, leave them in the comments here on this video, and someone from Audiomodern will get back to you.